camera on, Bodie. Hi, welcome to the first episode of the Play Something Good podcast. My name is Frank Grimaldi. I'll be your host each and every week, bringing you guys a live concert directly into your home because these guys can't play anywhere else. We're going to have different bands in here each week. This week we're fortunate enough to have Saturday Night Gangster with us. Dan McCaslin will be the co-host of the show with us most week, but their band's going to be the guinea pig this week. So anyway, we just thought we had to do something for the music community to create an outlet, and in all memory of our friend Mark Glenn, who went on, we named the show Play Something Good. So that's exactly what these boys are going to do tonight. We'll have a short interview section afterwards, and you guys can get to know them and see where you can get their music and what they got coming up next. But without further ado, I'm going to turn the stage over to Saturday Night Gangster, y'all. Play something good.
Thank you, Frank.
Frank Grimaldi, y'all. Choose. Suddenly in each direction, a woman is standing there. Each one representing the elements that they bear. I really hope that you don't take the wrong one. As one dimension ends, the other one has begun. Behind each door, you'll find the truth, but it was always there for you. Unlike for you to view, this realm is fading soon. At last, I know the truth. But at last, I know you do too. Doing magic things on the plateau with nothing to lose. Each one representing the element that they bear. Each one draws you in with a seductive stare, beckoning for you to come over there. I really hope that you don't pick a wrong one. One dimension ends, the other one has begun. Behind each door, you'll find the truth, but it was always there for you. Not for you to view, but this realm is fading. diamonds in the sky. Come get your gravy, baby, when your biscuits are dry.
video. In out, in out. A bit of the O. In out, in out. A bit of the O. In out, in out. A bit of the O. In out, in out. Ultra violence. A bit of the O. Ultra violence. A bit of the O. Ultra violence. A bit of the O. Ultra violence.
bunch of the Drews. Alright. Mr. Main Pimp, Dan McCaslin. This tune is called New Way. Once I get in tune here.
How's everybody doing out there tonight?
On the interwebs. All alone in your house, maybe not wearing much clothes. Think I need a new way. I'm done with the old way. 'Cause nowadays it don't pay. So I just go my own way. I found myself a new way. See the things around me. 'Cause nowadays it don't pay. Doing things the old way. sun shining right through me. Well, I'm grateful for a new day, living life my own way. Living life my own way. Called Square Boogie.
So, what you really trying to do?
Dancing with that girl tonight. The music got you feeling alright. Her body make you feel out of sight. When you're dancing with that girl tonight. Dancing with that girl tonight. With your bodies we're so close and so tight. Got you wondering, is that girl she like to bite? When you're dancing with that girl tonight. You was dancing with that girl tonight. Should have never let her out of your sight. Now you're wondering, is you about to start a fight? Now he dancing with that girl tonight.
Pimp original right there. for a while. Drawing from a little history where people never settle. Just some crime for a while. Wanna cry when I hear your name, just like some people did. I wanna cry some more. the shell of the physical plane. Fractalized visions of things that once remain. I tell myself that I'm not going insane. And I really hope that you don't think the wrong one. 'Cause one dimension ends, the other one has begun. Might be sure you'll find the truth. It was always there for you. Not for you to view. But this ground is fading soon. At last, I know the truth. Yes, I know you do too.
Yeah, thank y'all, ladies and gentlemen. We are Saturday Night Gangster. And I think we're going to be doing an interview here in a moment, so we'll talk to y'all then. Stick around, stay tuned.
I'm sad now. Come on in when the street lights come on. Mama said, when you hear your voice, you better run. Better stay away from drugs. Better wash your face and hands. They don't mind to the voices in your head. You'll be doing time for the man. Mama said now, come on in when the street lights come on. Mama said, when you hear your voice, you better run. When you're wrong, you better learn how to be strong. You're gonna miss her when she's gone. When she's gone. Come on, son, falling way behind. Time ain't gonna wait for you. Make up your mind. What's the matter, boy? You got something in your ears. You only gotta be with me for a few more years. I said, Mama said now. Come on in when the street lights come on. Mama said, when you hear your voice, you better run now. Should've known it all along. She's gonna ride you in your wrong. You better learn how to be strong. You don't miss her when she's gone. Ooh, when she's gone. Mama said, now come on in when the street lights come on. Mama said, when you hear your voice, you better run. 'Cause Mama said,
I am sitting in your back pocket. I am flying like a rocket in the sun tonight. I am seeing all the good things, but believing all the wrong things all at once. All right, let's go tonight. Let's make believe we do not care and do not cry. Let's show our parents that we don't recall their lives and take a trip down someone else's fucking life, so we can see what happens when you do not have to hide who you are. I am sitting in your back pocket. I am flying like a rocket in the sun tonight. I am seeing all the good things, but believing all the wrong things all at once. All right, let's go tonight. Let's make believe we do not care and do not cry. Let's show our parents that we don't recall their lives and take a trip down someone else's fucking life, so we could see what happens when you do not have to hide.
Well, hello. We're here with Saturday Night Gangster. That was a monster set, you guys.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
How long you guys been together? What's the story on the group here?
Oh man, you're already hitting us with the lightning round. I don't even know.
Come on, baby. What's
How
going
long have
on?
we been together?
Weren't we born already as a band?
Who's the girlfriend of the group that's gonna know how long we've been together?
I don't know.
Anybody write it on a calendar?
You guys have girlfriends.
It's probably been a couple years or so, a few
We're
years.
kind of an
but-
amalgamation of
Three, maybe?
Square
Yeah.
Boys and Main Pimp and the Players, and
So it's an amalgamation of a bunch of other
Yeah.
so we've been
jam
playing
bands.
together.
Yeah, so Pete and I have been playing together for like a long time with Square
Since I moved
Boys,
to Michigan.
and then Mike joined the Square Boys, and then during that time, in more recent years, I was hosting an open jam with Main Pimp over here, and we were called Main Pimp and the Players.
That's why he's called
Our
Main
buddy
Pimp.
Steve on drums at B1.
So
Yeah,
let
I miss
me.
that place.
I guess let's start here. You guys introduce yourselves. Give us a name. Talk to the camera. Talk to the people at home. Let's start with you. What's your name over there?
I'm Pete Zychek. And let's see, I've been playing with these guys. I've been playing with Matt, like he said, for gosh,
10
probably
years?
close to over 10 years
More
now.
than 10, yeah.
Since before I've been married. And Mike right close to behind them. Dan, I've been playing off and on that whole time, but this is our first band together.
You guys are super tight.
It's probably been a couple years.
And what's your name there, drummer?
I'm Mike Conley. I'm the drummer. I met Matt back in probably 2005 at Alvin's in Detroit. Jam Salmon
Is it
show
Alvin's?
with Gypsy Dog, or
Yep.
you might have had a different name than that.
So he was
Crypto
playing.
Kid.
He was
Alright.
playing with
Crypto
a different
Adam
band
with
while you
Bros.
were playing with a different band.
Yeah, we met at a gig at Alvin's. I don't know, somebody put the bill together.
Back in
We
those,
didn't know anybody on the bill.
We played at Bullfrog.
In Redford.
Bullfrogs in Redford.
Yeah, that's pretty far too. I mean, you guys meld really well together. The whole band, really gels. It seems like you guys are really in tune with each other.
Well, thank you.
speaking of the Gypsy Dog and Jam Sandwich days, that's kind of where I ran into these fellas, even though I couldn't have told you their name until much more recently. But
Oh,
we
yeah,
definitely.
same show.
We crossed paths in the around the turn of the century, a few years past anyway, and yeah, the new millennium, man. Remember all that Y2K shit?
Yeah, I just saw. Just saw a Facebook memory
Did
for
you,
that. Yeah, I was 9. Guitar player, what's your name?
Matt Calendine, allegedly.
How long you been playing guitar, man?
Let's see, since I was 9, so 52 years.
That's a pretty good stint, man. You're killer. I love your tone.
You stay in great shape.
Yeah.
You
It's a
can't
secret.
see it,
I'm
but
older
he's
than
got
you, so that makes me
he's got a
53.
spaceship for a pedal board here. It's maybe the craziest thing I've ever seen. He gets FM radio on it and everything. And then
Yeah.
bass player, you got quite a few compliments in the comment section of the video. Why don't you tell the people about yourself?
Was it about my pretty blue eyes?
No, it was actually about your bass playing ability.
Oh, really?
Actually, what's
People
interesting?
actually notice
There
the
was
bass.
several people said that the bass player was cooking.
Usually, like, if me and another bass player friend or two is like standing in a circle, it has like that like magnetic effect, but it's like the opposites where you like put the north and north, and the females just like they scatter. It's like it's a bass player
Well,
thing.
Dan, I
Scared
don't
the
see
two bass
any. I don't see any girls up here, so I think you're safe.
But honestly, I don't know if you happen to notice some of that technique I was using, the single finger 16th note technique.
I didn't. I was running the stream.
You know,
I wasn't paying any attention.
If people actually paid attention to bass more, which I'm shocked that they were paying attention. That's great. Thank you guys. This is
yeah, you got
maybe a first. I don't know.
Now Dan here. I know all these guys. I know all these guys, obviously, but I wanted them to introduce themselves for the stream. Dan is actually the co-host of the show. He'll be with me.
Is that why you guys are wearing matching shirts?
Each and every week. Yeah, this is Play Something Good. This is our buddy Mark.
That's how we do.
He used to yell at us as we were playing on stage to play something good, and if you didn't know him, you thought he was a real jerk, but it was pretty funny to us. I think we all.
He hates tie-dyes.
Yeah, we all laughed about it pretty hard.
The very first time he ever said that to me, or us, I guess I should say, I didn't really know him very well at all, and he just comes up after I thought we had played something kind of good anyway, pretty good, and he said play something good, and I was like, whoa, man.
Did you do it?
I made an
Well,
attempt.
he'd yell it. He'd yell it, and he'd do it, especially if it was kind of quiet.
You know,
So people who didn't know him,
he was in a unique position to
was
either
pretty free on
confirm
something.
or disconfirm as to whether or not we were or weren't playing something good. But he really liked keeping it kind of vague, you know, kind of ambiguous. Like, I'm not going to tell you if it's good or not. Anyway, he just liked to mess with people, and it was awesome.
In
He was
about a dozen
awesome
years
dude.
of knowing Mark, he never told me that I ever played anything good. But that's how I knew that he loved me, and it was okay. Moving on, there was a couple other questions that were asked for me to ask you guys. Chris Janowski of Commerce, Michigan, asked me to ask you guys what it's like to be a veteran jam band supergroup. Now you've been asked this question before, yes?
Chris Janowski.
I haven't. But you know,
Do you
let's-
consider
Chris
yourself?
Janowski, come
are
sit in with
famous.
us and show us how it's done, and
Right.
then we'll know.
I mean, I
It's
always,
pretty amazing.
I always
What's it like to be a supergroup
considered
of
us
Isaac
more
Janowski?
like a death metal grindcore kind of feel. So to hear like us being associated as like a jam band is, I mean, it's confusing at best.
I didn't
Aren't you
get
Glenn
anything. I didn't get any death metal out of you guys. I didn't. I guess I wasn't paying attention.
It must have been the ska.
Well,
No
now
way.
another question that was asked that kind of relates here is Daryl asked, "What do you guys define your music as?" Because you are kind of like just a really nice meld of funk, some jazz aspects, some dissonant kind of bluegrass stuff. You guys kind of ran the gamut there of a lot of genres of music. So what do you guys? What's the word? If you had to put it in 3 words or less, what's your genre?
Wow, we haven't had to do that.
I kind of look at it as like a rock band, but we're like genre bending with the way with improv and stuff, and the writing too. I mean, I guess it kind of spans across genres depending on the season. I guess
And
I don't
those were all original songs you guys played, right?
Yep.
Correct.
So, there was one song. I don't know the title, but it actually it's going to be the theme song of the show. What's the name of the song?
It's
Years keep slipping away,
Years
right?
start slipping away.
Years start slipping.
Years start slipping away. So that'll be the title track for the show as soon as we get the graphic and everything edited together as we move forward here. But the line in the song, if you're gonna plug in, boy, play something good. Now,
Yeah.
was that related to Mark or?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I needed to fit that line in somewhere because that's an epic line, man. Everyone knew that one about him, so it
So-
was kind of like I was filling out some more space in that tune for lyrics and stuff. And
Now, when you guys write
It's
songs, do
very
you
fitting for
write
the
as a
times.
group? Do you write individually and bring it to practice? Who does most of the writing? Do you guys all do it?
we all write stuff. I think we kind of write stuff as a group here and there, which I think is really cool too.
Composition and structure-wise, but lyric-wise, it's either going to be his song or it's going to be his song. I don't think there's ever been a lyrical collaboration, really. One of you guys,
No,
one of you guys throw it on paper, and then
No.
we
Not as of yet.
stir it up.
Now, I really enjoyed March of the Droogs,
Mhm.
and that's your song.
Yes.
That's a really cool song. Really fantastic. Just everything about it. The words, I never knew the words. I hear that song. I always liked that song. I always thought it was a cover song. And as I'm doing the show and have the cans on, I finally hear what you're saying. What's the inspiration of that song?
D.
Okay. I like it.
D.
D's nuts. Got him.
He didn't get me, folks.
Are you familiar with a film titled Clockwork Orange? Stanley Kubrick film?
I am. Stanley Kubrick.
No one's ever heard of that.
Okay, so couple. I just basically took a couple, just kind of really raw, sort of raunchy lines from that, and really I just kind of made the song. I was really just kind of like started off as a cool bass groove, and then kind of started putting those lyrics on it because it kind of just sounded fun, just randomly, and we were grooving that, and then got to the kind of jammier, kicked up pace
That
part of
breakdown
it.
part is very cool.
So, I was just kind of sticking on that chord, just jamming that out, and Matt was like, "Well, hey, we could move that here, and then we can move it here." And I'm like, yeah, and then here, and slide it down, and bam, we just have this like key changing jamathon out of just a little groove, and It was just, my tunes a lot of times just kind of like fun and easy. I don't think too hard about them. I'm not really deep typically in my writing.
I don't think music has to be deep in composition or theory or anything for it to be a good song. My opinion is that the song should come first before any showcase of any particular part. And if it doesn't all sound good together, the aggregate isn't really worth much if the song and the band aren't coming together to create one good sound. Now, you guys tend to break out into some really cool jam sections. Is that improvised? Do you guys play the same solos every time? I'm looking at you there, Pete, because you got that synthesizer back there, and it's pretty nuts. You make some pretty cool sounds with it.
Well, I hid it from him once, but he found it.
Too much
He anticipated that move, and he put a GPS tracker on it.
He's smarter than I am. I mean,
My little baby. No, I like to go full improv with this band for sure. And the synth, because it's all done with knobs and there's no presets, it kind of sometimes has a mind of its own.
It becomes a different animal every time.
You don't ever know what you're going to start off with, so that also encourages...
It's affected by temperature.
Right, so that encourages some of the improv. I mean, you press a note and the sound comes first, and then I go from there.
Did you come up playing in the church, playing gospel music?
You know what? I actually did not come up in a church playing gospel music. I had to learn that on YouTube. Okay, through videos.
Pete plays a Hammond organ.
But right.
And which is very common in church music, and usually keyboard players, especially organ players, have grown up in the church. Anyway, I'm sorry.
But yeah, I did fall in love here in Georgia, organist in Memphis, but I never played in the churches down there. I don't think I have the Hammond abilities, to be honest.
Oh, come on. So what's next?
So modest.
We've got COVID going on. You guys can't play, which is why we started the podcast in the first place. What's going on with the band? You guys writing? You laying low? You recording? What's going on with you guys?
recording, basement style. We're doing it all ourselves.
You guys are making your own record.
Yes, we have done a fair amount of the tracking in Mike's basement, also known as, formerly known, maybe probably still
That's
known
definitely
as
still
the
known.
dirty
the
basement.
Dirty Basement, the infamous Dirty Basement.
Familiar with that basement.
We did a lot of tracking there because it's a little easier to get isolation there, and if we do want to overdub a part, we have that option. And then we've started doing a little bit of tracking here, and this is maybe lends a little better to getting kind of a live feel and just committing to not doing overdubs and trying to get a good take.
I think that's like an interesting way to go about recording music. I'm in a band with Mike and Pete Slowfoot, and we went to the Temper Mill studio, and we kind of had the same thought process. Get the base of it, get the meat and potatoes of the song, and whatever we need to fix later, we can fix. But there is an element to your guys' sound. You're a fantastic live band, and I think to capture that in a recording studio is tough. So I think going about it, your guys doing it yourself, you can only get what you want out of it. So I think that's pretty smart, and I'm really excited to hear that record. Now, the songs you guys just played, are those all going to be on that, or some of those were older songs? Were all those new songs?
They're all on there.
Well,
Pretty
some
much,
are older songs, but they're all on there.
Yep, they're all
Yeah.
gonna be on there.
Yeah.
In fact, that's pretty representative of what is going to be on there.
Oh, that was a fantastic set, you guys.
Well, thank you.
And
a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to hearing more of these too.
yeah, we're excited to keep this thing going, and
Frank, who else you got?
well, next week we have One Ton Trolley, a band from Lake Orion, and then we have Birds of Prey the following week. You guys can come back and check us out every Saturday night until things open back up. If bars start opening back up and we can actually go out and play music, we'll probably change this to maybe a different frequency and maybe a different day. But as for now, until musicians can go out and gig, we're here to create an outlet and bring some different music to you guys that you might not have heard, and spread the word a little bit. And it's all about the music for me. I mean, it's such a big part of my life, and You know, when did you guys get hooked on music? Not even playing music, hearing music.
I'd like to answer that. I remember clear as day. Like I had like one of them little cheap kind of bullshit guitars as a kid, and I used to mess with it, but I didn't really know anything about it. And I was probably about 3 or 4 years old, and I saw Back to the Future, where
The Chuck Berry scene?
yeah, he's up there. Hey, this your cousin Marvin, you know, and he's just
Marvin
wailing,
Berry.
yeah, Marvin Berry. Yeah. Anyway, that just blew me away, man. I mean, the way he was just ripping that thing and doing them tappers and sliding on his knees and duck walking and I mean, I didn't know what none of that was, but I just seen Marty McFly and I was like, that's what I want to do.
That's a great scene. I guess you guys weren't ready for that.
Your kids are gonna love it.
He rips some Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. I remember, for me, similar feeling. The movie La Bamba with Lou Diamond Phillips in it.
Love
And he
it.
plays
One of my favorites.
his mom rents some VFW hall for him, and they just rip it up, and I'm like, man,
Richie!
I think
Garage parties.
my Richie.
Oh, yeah.
That movie slays.
Yeah, it does.
No,
dude.
it just gives you the feeling, and there's nothing like playing live on a stage, and to a receptive audience, and I think everybody's kind of missing that as we go through this lockdown and everything. And I'm just so glad we're leaving 2020 behind us, and we can all focus and move forward on some new stuff, and keep her going. I think that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight here, guys. And thanks for coming in, Saturday Night Gangster, you guys. Thanks for ripping it up and talking with me here on Play Something Good. And next week we'll bring you One Ton Trolley. If you got a band or somebody you know that wants to maybe be on the show, tell them to send us their music or some clips at playsomethinggood@gmail.com. Play Something Good, that's with 1 G. playsomethinggood@gmail.com. Hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you guys get your social media. And everybody have a great Saturday and rock on.